Design usually follows the discover, but need not be so always. Sometimes design may be entered into right away if discovery had already happened and a product or a service is already running, and some design changes are needed. So with that idea, let's begin understanding this activity. This is a dynamic activity wherein new ideas, solutions are created. They're not built yet, they're just thought of, considered, and this may be due to adapting to changes happening in the environment. And the solution is generated here, but it'll be built later on in the build activity. And this is where technology and other resources of an organization from the 4 dimensions will be applied or used to create specifications and prototypes of products or services. So these are 2 important outputs, the specification of the service and a service prototype. And this will help to focus on meeting or predicting stakeholder needs in terms of functionality, performance, experience, and value. Let us understand what a service specification is. By definition, it is a detailed document that outlines critical aspects, requirements, and characteristics of the service to be built. It will typically include descriptions of the service features, functionalities, technical requirements, performance criteria, and user interface details. An example of service specifications could be such as handling new incident categories, the requirements for those, integrated service desk communication channels, or additional monitoring parameters to support, or supporting new product and service functionality through higher capacity. Service prototype is generally a well understood word. It is an initial creation of a service that demonstrates its basic form, functionality, and operational capabilities. Used to test and refine the service design and functionality and test hypotheses. Prototypes vary in complexity and purpose, ranging from visual mockups to fully functional models. Traditionally, prototypes used to be physical. A metal product may be first made in cardboard or plastic, and eventually, with the feedback, it'll be finally made in metal. But now, for digital products and services, we have prototypes could be shown on the screen. Those are known as wireframes or a series of images. Sometimes wireframes could be shown on the screen. For example, how a website would look like. It's known as a wireframe diagram. And you can also have mockups wherein the service or a product is shown in a different background. A simple example of a mockup is for a coffee cup, for example, to show the coffee cup on a t-shirt. And similarly, you could do this for products and services. So for example, a digital service mockup could be that it can be shown as a demo in a certain environment. Further to the design activity, a key consideration would be once again the positioning of the organization in the environment, how they are positioning themselves as a lead provider or a secondary provider, in which market they want to be, for which consumers they want to support. What is their strategy, meaning their vision of the organization? What is their current portfolio of product and services? If it's only a service provider, they will have only service portfolio. If they are a product vendor, they will have a product portfolio. If they are a joint product vendor and service provider, then they have a combined product and service portfolio. And there may be proactiveness or reactiveness in the approach to the product design and service design. We see the word product design rather than service design because typically service providers focus more on transition, operate, deliver, and support, and less on discover, design, acquire, and build, even though they will have to do that in many cases. But then in those cases, they will be working closely with the product vendor. So when it comes to commercial and other market organizations, and also charities and government, they tend to be more proactive to design products based on the emerging needs of customers. And they can do this through research in terms of what customers want in the near future. Internal providers for internal business customers, this is easier because those business customers, internal ones, will be very clear about their expectations. And therefore, this will be, we can call this a bit of reactive. even though a lot of work would be required to satisfy those internal customers with the right design and the build. But then this is not for guaranteed thing. It can vary in both the commercial case, government, charities, and market-oriented organizations, and in case of internal as well. So here, the digital product design should always include designing future and service interactions and the service experience. So it is in fact digital product and service design. And service interactions could be such as accessing a product interface or joint interactions for service performed by users and service provider representatives. And design should consider the integration of digital products into the service providers and consumers' technology and business ecosystem. So the design activities can be jointly done by the product vendor and service provider, or the service provider could independently do the service design based on available digital products, because they would typically acquire a digital product and perform the service design on their own. So when it comes to the second point, service interactions may be limited to accessing a product interface or include joint service actions performed by users and service provider representatives. This may require designing the access for users for specific functionalities depending on their work level. So now we have the key facts about the design activity. Why is it needed? It is needed to create prototypes and specifications for product and services, detailing their functionality, user experience, and operational framework. Who does it? It is the product teams, in some cases specialized design teams, service managers, and technical operations teams. And when it is done, it is done as frequently as needed, triggered by schedule, changes in the product strategy, stakeholder feedback, deviations in the product performance. Then what are the key outputs? As we know already, those are the product specifications and prototypes and product and service solutions. Then what are the key metrics of success? And the quality of the product specifications and prototypes, the design cycle time, the adherence to the product and service roadmaps, and other relevant guidelines, and stakeholder satisfaction with the design activities. So this is a table taken from the book. And so essentially, it's a dynamic activity, the design activity, to create new ideas, adapt to changes, and generating solutions. It will use technology and other resources, as we noted earlier on a previous slide. And stakeholders' needs need to be predicted or met as stated. It could be functionality, performance, experience, and value specifications. And the two outputs are mainly the service specification and the service prototype. So therefore, future service interactions need to be always thought about. Future service experience need to be thought about. So it's actually a digital product and service design.